Time to talk some football. Hello, folks. She's down with an L. Down with an L. I know, man. He wasn't pretty. We took one on the chin. Big time, big time. And got dominated by the line of scrimmage, both on the offense and defensive lines. Big time. Big time. That's where the football games are won and lost mainly, and that's the same way that we did to Calgary. Did the same thing we did to Hamilton and Edmonton. Just dominated them up front, and Harris just didn't have enough time and seemed to be a little bit rattled too. He did have some time and guy would be open, but you know, in fact, probably was a big downer right off the bat. With we're going down, moving the ball pretty good. Got a questionable pass interference called on Calgary. Dickey even challenged it, and I said that was pretty weak call too. You know, it didn't look much like pass. I hate those calls anyway. Don't know about you out there, but I don't like them. And anyway, we got it and go down there and throws a nice one, just maybe a tad bit too long for Johnson. Just off his fingertips. I think he should have had it, but I don't know. He didn't get it. That's a big downer. Would have been a touchdown right off the bat. And then to make it an even bigger downer, what happens? Boom. I gotta go back in the trees here. There's too many mosquitoes out here. Man, I'm out in the open here and they're just coming out here and eating me up. Anyway, I'm gonna get back into the trees here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, lots of luck. Anyway, where was I? I don't know where all these mosquitoes came from, but we're sure bad out in the open there. Anyway, that drop pass. Yeah, she had another one to the sideline they dropped to. Didn't help off the bat. I hate when receivers rub their hands after. You know it was their fault. But anyway, we still got a chance to go up 3-0, and Lawther misses a 28-yard field goal. I said way back when, that's 2 strikes, Lawther, 2 strikes. You know, I don't mind missing bloody mosquitoes again. I don't mind missing short ones, I mean long ones, and there's windy ones. But I'll tell you what, he's missing 28-yarders, 28-yard field goal. I don't care, people say, you know, the team shouldn't get down, but that don't happen. That don't happen. You know, it's a big downer when you don't come away with 1 point. When it looked like it could have been 7, and all of a sudden it could be 3, and then all of a sudden it's 1. And that was a disaster. You ask me. It was beginning and the end, and the end had it started right off from the bat. First quarter looked absolutely pathetic. We were getting dominated big time, and Riders really didn't come alive till about let's say about the 11-minute mark of the second quarter. We'd already given up 2 touchdowns, more than we'd given up in 2 games, and came alive with a big play to to Johnson, and a nice pass to Myers in the end zone. You know, like, and you look at the score, man, at halftime we're up, you know, 15-14, wasn't it? Yeah, as we scored 2 touchdowns in the end of the second quarter there. Where, whoa, oh boy, that's a big turnaround. Should be coming out with some momentum in the third quarter. Well, the only adjustments the Riders made was put their tail between their legs and get beaten up big time. The O-line just seemed to be in disarray for an O-line that was winning all the acclamations and awards there for best O-line previous games. Man, they got beat big time. You know, I hate bringing names, but Fry got hammered a few times real bad. Even Furlan got run over once. And then the one that, man, almost did Harris in. I'm just wondering if maybe it did do Harris in. We'll see here this coming week. But Calgary's just rushing three guys, and the guy comes between Brammer and Hardrick Yoshi, and just absolutely flattens Harris. And I was just surprised he even got up, and I can't believe they put him back in the game after that, to tell you the truth. Like, he didn't really know where he was when he got up. To me, he took a stumble step and heading in the wrong direction. That's a sign to grab him by the hand and pull him to the sidelines. You know, hopefully he's all right, but on that play, Yoshi, you can see he's tearing into Brammer, and you know, you can't have that either. I don't know what was said, but you could see he was jumping up and down like a dancing bear at Brammer. And it's not only those 3. Collins got beat. That Hicks, man, I told you in the pregame, that Hicks, he's a threat, big time. And he's a bull rusher. They put him, he got him from the inside, and he got him from coming around the outside. Yeah, I was even surprised that Furlan got bull rushed on by that Samba. He's listed as a backup lineman for him. He just bull rushed Harris back in the pocket and took him down. You know, she was brutal out there, brutal. But Calgary just seems to have our number. And with Calgary, or any team that's, you know, with Harris, they know where he's going to be. They know he's going to be straight back from the pocket. They've got to start rolling him out, or leaving the running back, or bringing a fullback for extra blocking, because we just can't afford to give him little time. He's got to have a bit of time. He did have some, and Harris wasn't Harris in this game, if you ask me. He wasn't as good as he normally plays, but like I said, it started right off the bat where he was getting major pressure, and I think it rattled him for the whole game. Anyway, it's not the end of the world, that's for sure. We're 8-2, and but if you can recall, I think the similar thing happened last season, wasn't it? Where we were up a few games and all of a sudden went on that losing streak, and there's Ryder. Anyway, and we went backwards. If we lose these next 2 to Winnipeg, we could be in 3rd place in a hell of a hurry. That's just the way it is in the West. He's a real dogfight. A lot of teams coming on. Every team in CFL seems to be coming on. A lot of teams might be getting their quarterbacks back, but we play too, so I think we're still a better team than Winnipeg. You know, they just didn't show it there, but I think we are, and not too overly worried about those games, but we need to come out of there with a split. That's for sure. We got a split between Winnipeg, the Labor Day games, you know, if not win both of them, which would really be a plus, but I'm not holding my breath. I think we can win the first one, and it'll put a lot of pressure on Winnipeg at home. But if we lose, man, oh man, watch out, watch out. You know, like I said, we'll be in third place. If Calgary wins and Winnipeg wins those two, all of a sudden you're in the last playoff spot, just like that. Boom, boom. You know. Yeah. Oh well. Like I said, it's not the end of the day right now. It's 8-2 for us. But like I said, we're gonna have to do a little bit more fancy play calling and adjust the play calling if we're getting beat on the line that bad, and change early. Change your thinking early. Like do some play action even, and so the linemen can't pin their ears back every down and come at us strong. Like AJ, you know, I think we got a lot more yards rushing than we did last time against them. I think it was 65-70, but a few times it's amazing. AJ got the ball way out in space, and he's got one man to beat, and he's got big yardage, and just can't seem to beat that first guy. And he's not that kind of runner. Doesn't have that breakout speed. I prefer anyway. I can't fault him though in this game. He ran hard when he did have the ball. He kind of reminded me of the old days there. He ran the ball real hard. Yeah. But what else in this game? Oh, McRae, that could have been a disaster early too. You know, holy God. Yeah, when is Alfred coming back? Like, I had high hopes for that McRae, but nah, you're gonna have to use somebody else. I hate using Myers because we need him in the receiver, but you can't leave that kid back there. He's bobbled 50% of the balls, and can't have that. Can't have that. That's for sure. Hope Alfred can come back pretty quick here. But with that saying, I like them staying with the running game. They still, like I said, we got to use that play action. You know, like Calgary, once they're up 17 points, we are still running the ball, trying to run it right up the nose or any kind of run, not even faking it. And I'll just gotta fake that run and throw it downfield. You know, we're up 17. That was one thing that was the most disheartening in the game. In fact, you know, when they were up that 17 points, everybody that's got any knowledge or football sense knows damn well that Calgary's gonna hand that ball off to Mills, and that didn't even matter. And they'd still run it right at us and blow guys back and make yardage and make first downs. They'd run it twice and make first downs, 6 and then get 5, you know. Where in our running, you know, like I said, we had to do some fakes. Like I said, they'll have to go back to the drawing board against Calgary. Some other game plan. Because right now, the one they used in those two games can throw it out the window. But anyway, the video's long enough. There's not too many positives. You know, like the only positive is we were up at halftime. And man, I was okay, let's have a beer and bring on the second half, but couldn't swallow my beer after about 4 sequences on the 3rd quarter. Anyway, life ain't over yet here for the Riders. We're 8-2, still in 1st place. We got control of the whole situation. You know, a couple more wins here in these next few games, and all of a sudden there'll be joyous times in Riderville. We took one big time on the chin. No big deal. You know, don't let the locker room get down. Coming into the next one, full house there at Labor Day. Gonna make it hard on Zach and bring out a win. Anyway, what do you all think? What was the cause of that one? What do the Riders need to do to beat those Stamps? Instead of us stomping the Stamps, they stomped us big time. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. Hit that like button, help me out. Hit the subscribe. A lot of people watch my videos and don't hit that subscribe. Really appreciate it if you would. Anyway, till next time, till next week here, we'll bring on week 13. Hopefully that's another lucky number for the Roughriders. Anyway, take care, y'all. Go Riders, go. Let's keep this going somehow, baby. Let's keep her going.